It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it's showtime. What's happening, everybody? The Geno Jones Show. I'm coming to you live. Yes, I am coming to you live in living color. And I do it Monday through Friday, unless I tell you otherwise. Sometimes that we have things going on. Sometimes now, I'll wait on that because the King holiday is actually 1 week away from today. So I think I'm going to do a special King holiday, considering what else is happening next Monday. We'll get into that. So I think that might call for a very special King holiday edition of the Geno Show. Anyway, normal days and start times Monday through Friday. Hold on, let me just step away here. 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Hey, Chicago, 5:30 in Central Time. New Orleans, Houston, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, Memphis, Tennessee. They got 7 inches of snow. Little Rock, Arkansas, they got like almost 10 inches of snow. Everybody live in LA and on the West Coast, please, by the way, please, if you believe in the power of prayer or positive thinking or just positive vibes, send all of your light and love to the people of Southern California, just the entire LA County area and surrounding counties, specifically like LA County, everywhere from especially a community, Altadena, that was historically African-American community that was referred to as the Black Beverly Hills. It has a very rich tradition, but you have fires in Pasadena, from Santa Monica to Malibu, Pacific Palisades, which is a neighbor, parts of the Hollywood Hills, kind of the western part of the Hollywood Hills, just I guess west of the Hollywood sign that you see on TV says Hollywood. Just west of there, in one of the canyons, is where the one of the fires set up that you could see from Hollywood, the legendary Hollywood and Sunset Boulevards that they did eventually put out. So on the West Coast, I come to you at 3:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. I am very close. 1,000 new subscribers. I'm very close. Just a couple hundred away. So let's pass. I want to go way past 1,000. I want to get 100,000. But at 1,000, the Geno Media Company, my Geno Media Company, and the Geno Jones Show will begin to get a check. We'll start getting checks from YouTube. They'll start to run ads on the show, and that means my company will get money. So we got to support black-owned media now more than ever, y'all. Because look, the cult, that MAGA cult, they've been lying, and they got media that lies and just been lying and perpetrate and promulgate, if that's the word, promulgate, and promote propaganda and lies. So now it's just going to be beyond on steroids. It's going to be like speedball and steroids and human growth hormones and all that. But this platform, we're going to give you the truth, whether you like it or not, the truth, the whole truth. And we bring, as the kids say, we're going to bring receipts. Now, this is a blank sheet of paper, but this is a metaphor. Because I have all kind of index cards with interesting notes and facts. As a matter of fact, here we go. There you go. That's what it looks like. Bam, right there. Everyone in your life is one of two things. This could be our phrase for the day. Our phrase saying for it today, this day. Everyone in your life is going to be everyone in your life is actually one of two things: an asset or liability. Ask yourself. First of all, ask yourself, are you an asset or liability to the people that you love in your life? Just the people in general. Are you an asset? Do you enhance? Do you make their life better in some way? Or are you a liability? Do you cost them money, peace of mind, mental, physical, emotional, psychological stress? You don't want to be alive in 2025? Ask yourself, look in the mirror. First of all, ask yourself, are you an asset or liability to yourself first? And then ask yourself, are you an asset or liability to those in your life that you love? Then ask yourself, are the people in your life, are they an asset or liability? And from last week, remember, there are only two forces in the history of humanity that are undefeated: Father Time and Mother Nature. So we're going to talk about Mother Nature, and we're going to talk about the fires. As a matter of fact, today's theme and monologue is going to be about the fires in Southern California. First of all, some good news. Shout out to Beyonce. She donated $2.5 million to the LA Fire Relief Fund through her nonprofit organization, the Be Good Foundation. Okay, I can hear some of you all. Well, Beyonce, and she part of the Illuminati. She married to Jay-Z, and that woman accused Jay-Z of rape. We're not doing that today, okay? We're not. We're not doing that. Because I know there's some Beyonce haters out there. We got the Beehive that love her, and you got the Bee hating hive, or the hating on Beehive crew that hates on her. But kudos to Beyonce, because she didn't have to do that. You're like, well, she just gave $2.5 million. How much have you given to anyone out? Any of the, they're according to, as a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about this in detail, but I've been doing my own little research and fact checking myself since little punk ass Mark Zuckerberg at Meta, Facebook and Instagram, when publicly was on camera, said, we're not going to do any more fact checking. How could you have a platform that's got hundreds of billions of people that use it, and you're not going to fact check? You don't deserve to have that platform, Mark Zuckerberg. And I said it and I meant it. And I use the platform. So you might delete this episode that's on the show, which this episode I'm going to put up on platform. I mean, put up on your platform. But I don't care. We're not standing for lies. My grandmother had a saying, and she still has it up in heaven. She said, tell the truth, shame the devil. Jeannie, tell the truth, shame the devil. And then she would say, the truth needs no defense. The truth is like an object you can put on the table, and it's not going to change. Now, they'll try to change the truth. They will try to interpret or say, well, that ain't really my perception of the truth is, there are no alternative facts. The truth is the truth. And it ain't all these different versions of the truth. No, the absolute truth is the truth. Now, you may not want to hear it. You don't want people to know the truth because that might go against what your agenda is. You don't want the truth to be known because I might cut into your bottom line. Because you want to distort the truth and live on lies and get people to believe lies and to live in fear and desperation and despair and depression. You can capitalize on that fear and depression and anger and anxiety and worry. You can literally capitalize on that because fear, I've said it many times, fear, bigotry, hatred, misogyny, fear and hatred in all of its forms. When it comes to one's race or gender, which is a made-up construct. It's just a con. People's identity, their backgrounds, or their gender, or their sexual orientation. People have weaponized that, and they still do, because that hate and fear in all of its forms is big business, and it always has been. And unfortunately, because there are some humans that they respond to fear. They want someone to blame outside of themselves for their lot in life. They want to be mad at somebody. They're not happy with their status in life, and they got to blame it on somebody else. So why not blame it on black people? Well, today's theme is you're not going to blame it on the black people. You're not going to blame it on black people. You're not going to blame it on the black person, and you're not going to blame it on the black woman who happens to be the mayor of the city of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. Because I've heard the foolishness. Well, you know, she's a DEI hire, and the fires in Southern California and Los Angeles are out of control because of the DEI person. Because if you had a white man who was a mayor of Los Angeles, well, he would have made sure the fires were put out. So let's address that. Let's go right to the lie that the MAGA cult has been promoting. You know, it's like their go-to. If anything goes wrong, blame it on black people. And if they can, really, they love to blame it on a black woman. Now, they would like to blame it on black men, too, because, like, somehow they were trying to, you know, somehow blame Barack Obama because Felon 47 decided he wanted to be chatty Cathy with Obama, and because Obama, I guess, didn't sit there and ignore him. Even if he did, do you understand that Donald Trump, a.k.a. Orange Hitler, a.k.a. Felon 47, has always been obsessed with Barack Obama? The whole birther lie, he wasn't born in America, he was born in Kenya. His dad was born in Kenya, dumbass. But just everything, blamed everything on, everything was Barack Obama's fault. Same man that saved the economy, that Bush screwed up, to save the auto industry, that people like Orange Hitler said, just, you know, let it crash and burn. No pun intended. Let the auto industry crash and burn. That's a good pun, isn't it? But Barack Obama did not let that. He literally saved the auto industry and millions of jobs in states like Michigan and Ohio. Millions of jobs that white and black, but millions of white working class, thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, because by saving the auto industry, it wasn't just the plants, the auto plants, but it was the suppliers, the people that worked for the suppliers that supplied parts for the cars, plastic and rubber and tires and all kind of auto parts and body parts, all those industries and all those millions of jobs. And you know, the majority of those folks in Ohio, those white people in Ohio and Michigan, y'all voted for this dumbass Orange Hitler Felon 47 because of this race thing, because of, you know, groceries and the price of eggs were too high. Now, your boy, Felon 47, said, well, you know, I can't really do anything about the price of groceries. I can't control the price. No, it was a con all along. President Biden couldn't control, really. Now, you could make an argument he could have did some drastic things, but he probably would have needed the help of Congress to basically place some kind of freeze or moratorium and say, listen, you all the price gouging. He's talked about it, but you had to have a Congress, U.S. Senate, senators, and people in the U.S. House of Representatives that he didn't have control over for his last 2 years. But I digress. Let's bring it back. Let's stay on message. Let's stay on subject for today. Today, you are not going to blame the black woman, Mayor Karen Bass, for the LA fires. As a matter of fact, shout out to Bill Whitaker. The brother was on 60 Minutes. And shout out to my man Bill Cooper, because he pulled my coat. I didn't get to see it, so thank you, Bill Cooper. This is best friend outside of my spouse. Listen, he and I go all the way back to 5th grade. Best, longest friendship I've had. I got some great friendships. So shout out to you, Bill Cooper. So anyway, so Bill Whitaker had this piece about the LA fires. and he interviewed a family, a brother named Calvin, a family, I think it was a family of 4 or 5 homes in Altadena, California. Now, what I learned this afternoon is that Altadena, California, which is just south of Pasadena, which is north of downtown Los Angeles, and which is north, as a matter of fact, it's actually behind the Hollywood Hills, but in front of like the Santa Ana Mountains, which is where those winds, those devil winds, not even my term. One of the fire chiefs out in Southern California called the winds devil winds. These winds basically, when there's a weather front, when there's weather that basically directs winds that would normally go from the Pacific Ocean from the west to east, but a certain type of weather front will set up to where instead of the winds going from west to east, the winds come off and down the slopes of the Santa Ana Mountains. Just think of a slide, a giant slide. If you got on a giant slide and at the top, by the time you got to the bottom of that slide, think about the speed and momentum that your body would have gained. You slide down a hill, if nothing's there to stop the slide, the further you slide down that slide or hill, the faster your body goes. It's the same with wind. Now, basically, Southern California has not had rain in 8 months. 8 months, no rain. So all the land, everything, dry, grass, tree, everything, bone dry. It's a drought. 8 months, no rain. These Santa Ana winds, and that's hot. That air is very hot air. It's coming down the Santa Ana Mountains. Hot, dry air. And dry, grass or just the vegetation, the hills. And you got, Southern California has always had wildfires, but never had wildfires like to this level that has affected, major, what they call major metropolises, heavily populated areas, metro areas. So let's talk about these LA fires that you blame Karen Bass. Well, Karen Bass, she cut funding for the police, the fire department. Well, actually, the fire department actually got a raise, got more money along with the police. There was some money put aside, and then there was a negotiation. I guess when Mayor Bass came in, that the firemen's union out there in the city of LA there was a negotiation, so they were negotiating a new contract that the firefighters in LA along with the city of Los Angeles. So that she, cut all this money. That is a lie. But here are the facts. According to a guy named Anthony Maroney. Now, Anthony Maroney is the chief of the LA Fire Department. Now, he's not a DEI hire. It's a old white dude, middle-aged white dude. On camera, the chief of the LA County Fire Department said that you've had these winds, that he said, listen, there was not enough equipment, and there's nothing that Mayor Karen Bass could have done. You could make an argument, there's nothing that the governor, Gavin Newsom, since y'all so quick to blame a black woman, but you didn't want to blame Gavin Newsom. Now, some of the MAGA cult did, and Trump tried to play that game, but Governor Newsom said, well, hold on, partner. If you're going to lie about me, come to California and say it to my face publicly. We can go on TV with this lie. Because I'm not going to let you lie about me and just let it go. We're not going to do that. So, since, you're alpha male, well, bring your alpha male ass to California, and with everything you said about me on social media, on that bootleg ass version of X or Twitter you got, social media platform, everything that you can, you keyboard warrior, with your keyboard muscles, Mr. Badass behind the keyboard, come to California, say it to my face, publicly. So here are the facts. You can clip this part. Don't clip and save it. Clip and send. This is the clip and send part of the show. Really, the whole show is, but here's the major clip and send part right here. According to the fire chief of Los Angeles County, Anthony Maroney, at their count, roughly 8,000 structures. Structures, that's homes, businesses, schools, libraries, banks, anything that was a structure. 8,000 so far burnt down to like just ashes in this fire. It started in Altadena, California. Pasadena got it. Once again, Altadena is north of downtown Los Angeles. All right. So shout out to Bill Whitaker. 60 Minutes CBS said, okay, did you have enough water? Oh, by the way, let's talk about the water pressure, because he said that these cities and towns do not have the water systems to fight fires of this size. They don't. None of them do. Fires this large, there's no even group of cities and towns that have water systems with the ability to fight 8,000 fires at one time. They don't. They don't have it. There was another fire chief from Southern California that said this fire was his words, not mine, on 60 Minutes. You can go watch 60 Minutes, find the episode, Bill Whitaker. I think it was the first piece you saw in there. His words, this other fire chief, the fires were unstoppable. His word, not mine. Another old middle-aged white dude. So MAGA cult, you want to blame the black woman, but you got some middle-aged white men that some of them probably voted for your ass for this cult that was like, listen, these fires were unstoppable. You had gusts up to 100 miles an hour, 70, 80, 90, plus nearly 100 mile an hour gusts that literally fan these flames. I saw a video, they call them like fire nados, like literally, or a tornado of fire, small tornadoes of flames, fires. It got so bad to where it took 27 hours, a whole day, before the firefighters could get the planes that they had with the tankers to fly, to get up in the air to try to fight the fires, because they can't fly these helicopters and these planes in gusts up to 100 miles an hour. They can't do it. So Chief Maloney of the LA Fire Department said that for every one house, basically you would need 3 fire engines. So do the math. You had 8,000 structures so far that were burned to ashes. 8,000 structures burned. 3 engines per structure. I'll do the math for you. 24,000 fire engines. The fire chief of LA County, Anthony Maroney, said, and I'm quoting, I don't even believe there are 24,000 fire engines in the entire state of California. So when you get through wanting to blame the black woman, understand, like I said, Mother Nature is undefeated. And when Mother Nature decides that she wants to have a fit and act up and really show her ass and show you who's in control, we all as humans are at her mercy. Because it's not a damn thing you could do but run for cover and pray if you believe in prayer, or bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. Because when Mother Nature decides to let you know who's in control, nothing you can do until she calms down a little bit. So what we're not going to do in 2025, what we are not going to do, what's not going to happen, and what I am not going to tolerate on the Geno Jones Show and my media company, I'm not going to tolerate the lies. You can lie all you want to, but I will check. Since Facebook and Instagram decided they won't fact check, I will continue to do what I've been doing for the last 4 years, is to make sure that I am fact checking the lies and just the hatred and bigotry and misogyny and sexism and the hate and bigotry and fear in all of its forms. Because it's gonna be the lies. It's gonna be like a fire hose, bad pun intended, of just non-stop lies. But we're gonna shut all the lies down. We're gonna give you the facts, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. In honor of Jean Jones, my maternal grandmother, who I'm named after. On this show, we're gonna tell the truth, shame the devil. Because the truth needs no defense. Never has, never will. You might not like the truth. You might can't handle the truth. You might not want to hear the truth. That's a you problem. And I am not going to let a you problem become a me problem. If you don't want to hear, if you can't handle or don't want to hear the truth, or you want to live in a lie, or as my grandmother also said, if you want to stick to the lie, because some of y'all will stick to the lie. You can have that lie stick to you like you got crazy glue on. But we are not going to do that here on this show, the Geno Jones Show. So if you're looking for facts, and if I realize that I said something in error, I will correct myself. I will apologize. If you notice that I said something in error, but come with facts, bring your receipts so I can verify what you're saying. Listen, I'm human. Nobody's perfect. I can make a mistake, but if I make a mistake and I realize I made a mistake, I will make sure I correct that mistake publicly. I will make sure that my correction will be as loud as whatever I said that may have been wrong. So I'm not going to be loud with my commentary and quiet with my correction if I need to be. My correction is going to be as loud as my commentary. I promise you that. That's how we get down. All right, shout out, my man. Shout out to the Big Picture Podcast. Holla at your man. We've been trying to talk there. That's my good man there at the Big Picture Podcast. Holla at me, brother. All right, so I know we got a lot to catch up with 2025. We definitely going to make some more things happen, take it to the next level. Big shout out to my number one fan, my executive producer, my mother, Mary Dixon. I love you, Mary Dixon. So, all right. So, and I'm going to talk some more about this tomorrow, but we're not blaming the black person. Tried to blame Barack Obama for Orange Hitler, not understanding that, these presidential funerals, they're choreographed. They're planned out. There's a certain protocol. Now, you probably didn't pay attention, but did you notice? They have presidents sitting in a certain order. Like, okay, Bill Clinton, who was the president like 30 years ago, was sitting all the way to the left, and the First Lady, Hillary Clinton. Then the president that came after Bill Clinton, George W. Bush. These are living presidents, because obviously dead presidents sit at another dead president's funeral. W. Bush and Laura Bush sitting next to Bill and Hillary. W. and Laura. Then there was Barack Obama. And then unfortunately, because President Obama, 2 terms, by the way, which is not unfortunate. That was very fortunate. He should have just stayed in office, but he's not wired like the felon. So you had Bill Clinton, 2 terms. W, 2 terms, unfortunately. Then you had President Obama, 2 terms. Bill Hillary, W. Laura, President Obama. Now, the First Lady was like, I got stuck, she got stuck sitting next to Orange Hitler, Felon 47, Donald Trump. The last funeral for, was it for Papa Bush? It was some like head of state funeral. And I do remember seeing the video. Because once again, Felon 47, he is obsessed with the Obamas. He was chatty Cathy with Michelle Obama. So I'm sure Michelle Obama already told Barack, okay, listen, I am not going to get stuck sitting next to this fool, having him talk my ear off, lying, and his breath probably stink anyway. And I hear, maybe he don't wipe good. They say he carries certain body odor around, but that's what we hear, been hearing. I digress. So yeah, Barack drew the short straw and really took one for the team of former living presidents. He got stuck. That was the seating arrangement. That was the protocol. And Michelle Obama was not taking one for the team. She said, damn it, I took one for the team the last time. I'm not doing that. You already know, Barack. I can hear the conversation. Have fun, Barack. I'll be watching on TV, or maybe not. Well, because she respects President Carter. So I'm sure she watched. She was probably watching and grinning like, my poor husband. That fool is just obsessed with my husband, just talking his ear off. And Barack is the kind of person that, we all know people that can get along with anybody. So he's a better man than me. So stop blaming Barack. I got it. Now, Democrats in general, yeah, listen, you got to come with the energy. We gotta fight lies. We got to fight the bullying and the misogyny and the sexism and the racism. We got to fight to protect the people that cannot protect themselves. The poor and working class of all backgrounds. We got to protect the poor, the working class, our children, our teenagers, our elderly. Just all of us, man. We got to protect those that just want to live their best life without the hatred and the bigotry and the white Christian nationalism, just the violent white racism that's wrapped in something called white Christian nationalism, which is that the white male should rule everything. So when you hear anti-DEI, that means that we don't want any black people. We don't want any other person of color. So for you Hispanic brothers, and especially you Hispanic brothers out there, if you think that these white Christian nationals got love for you, they used your ass. How many of you all do you see CEOs of corporations? 92% of the CEOs are white men. All right? So they're not going to invite your ass. You kissed his ass, Orange Hitler's ass, okay? So we've got to protect everybody, those that can't protect themselves. Even those that don't want to be protected, from a public policy standpoint, we got to fight to make sure that people can be able to go to a doctor, that they can keep their health care, and that children can be able to eat and make sure that they can continue to get SNAP benefits or whatever food assistance that they need. And make sure they can have clean water and clean air to drink and breathe. And they can live free of violence and not be victims and not be brainwashed with this remixed version of Christianity, this remixed racist version of Christianity, which is so funny because these same white Christian nationalists are too dumb to even understand that the origins of Christianity come from the continent of Africa. Google Coptic Christians. The origins of Christianity came from like the region that we know as Ethiopia. It had nothing to do with this remixed racist version of Christianity. And for you black churches, mega churches, and black Christians, you need to call that bullshit out. Because they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a shit about you. You are looked down upon. They don't see you as equal. All right. I'll save some more for tomorrow. We're going to be getting down like this every as Nelly would say, every day. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. You and especially you. God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live, Monday through Friday. The Geno Jones Show brought to you by City Vibes Bar and Lounge, the ultimate adult night spot, 30-35 plus. And they got great food, great drinks, a fabulous menu. They got a fabulous brunch, Sunday brunch. It's incredible. And live DJs Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I'm pretty sure they got something very special coming up for the King holidays. The owners, Corey and Kenya Williams of City Vibes, are going to be my guests tomorrow. Talk all about that. And shout out to the Crate Group, one of the top nonprofits in America. Shout out to the CEO, Kendrick Bannister of the Crate Group. They got the big Gullah Harambe coming up very soon. So shout out to the Crate Group and City Vibes, official sponsors of the Geno Jones Show. And shout out to CM Transportation. Shout out to my people, Carissa Carter. Hey, Corey, got to give you a call. I heard that you were trying to reach out to me, so reach out to me, but I'm going to reach out to you after the show anyway. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. You can check him out on Instagram, Kel B Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the show. I like to call her the Drip Director. Bam. So you can check her out. And her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram. That's LX dot N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi underscore. LX dot NCL underscore on Instagram. And Bruce Gage, wardrobe consultant and stylist for the show. You can check him out and his Mario Uomo and the Flyball collection out on Instagram, his Instagram page. He's also on Facebook as Bruce Gage, but Mario Uomo, Miglio di Mario Uomo on Instagram. It's MIGLIODIMARIOU. Uomo is UOMO. So just search Mario Uomo or Bruce Gage on Instagram, and you'll check out his fashions. It's incredible. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. We'll see you live. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles as we lift the people of Southern California up in prayer, positive thinking, positive vibes as we send and shine all the light and love on those that have lost so much, including lives, family members that lost their lives in these fires in Southern California. I'll be live 3:30 p.m. I will do everything I can. We will use this show and this platform to not just stand in the breach, but to make sure that we give you a platform, those who lost homes and lost everything, lost family members, lost lives. If you lost your home, your business, whatever, those who don't have a voice, who the media is not giving a voice, you got a voice and you got a platform right here on the Geno Jones Show. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.